Welcome to the Coca-Cola Intercall. We are at Larry Gomes Stadium live on Sportsmax and CNC3. My name is Hans Devines and welcome to the East Zone Intercall Final, where Trinity College East Blue Hawks are going to go up against Sawa North Secondary School Stallions. What a matchup it is going to be. But before we go any further, let's take a little look at the weather conditions that these young men will be playing under today. It's 31 degrees Celsius, humidity at 54%. It's mostly sunny and a 10% chance of rain. Perfect cool day for some great football. Joining me on the pitch, Brent Sancho. Brent, you know what it is. It's 10 teams we are down to, 5 zones, and 1 intercall champion. Each zone will have their champion, but there's going to be overall 1 intercall champion. Sawa North, they've been here before. They've been the East Zone champions before, and 2 years ago, they even went all the way and took the intercall title. Trinity College East, not as familiar in this territory, but let's take a little look back into how Trinity College East got here. They went up against St. Augustine Secondary School, Brent, and they beat St. Augustine 3-1. Now, let's go back into this game a little bit, Brent. Well, actually, no, let's go into the table. Let's go into the table as to where we are right now in terms of the teams, all right? Now, today is the East Zone Finals, and also tomorrow we get ready for the North Zone Finals. St. Anthony's College going up against Trinity College Mocha. In terms of the table, we also get ready for Central Zone. Karipachaima East, they're going to be going up against Shogunas. So that's another game that we can look forward to, and so many games over the next few days. All right? Now, in terms of the table, right, Brent Sancho, let's look a little bit into the game today and the teams, all right? Sawa North, to get here, they played against Valencia. They beat Valencia 5-0, clearly showing that they know how to find the back of the net.
Yeah, clearly they have, and they have been an offensive juggernaut for the entire season. They have transformed that form, of course, into the knockout format and of formation, and what they have been able to win 5-1 against Valencia. A very good result for San Juan North, particularly the fact that Valencia have been plucky throughout the entire Coca-Cola SSFL series, and of course now they've gone into the knockout stages, getting a big win against Valencia. That's a huge performance by, of course, San Juan North.
Well, when we look at Trinity East, they played against St. Augustine Secondary School. The Green Machine, who during the premiership, we were saying, listen, they could actually beat any team at any point in time. So we'll get to that game in a little while, but right now here is Valencia going up against Sawa North Secondary School. Yeah. So, again, all right, again, the game against St. Augustine Secondary School, they were able to come across Trinity East. They were able to come 3-1. Let's talk about Trinity East a little bit more, Brent.
Well, of course, one of the main things about this game is, of course, is goalkeeper John, who would have saved for both Trinity College East and, of course, now is with San Juan North Secondary School. Of course, he being one of the outstanding goalkeepers in the competition so far. But Trinity College East has a very solid midfield presence, and that's one of the key things for them to perform well here today. Ransom is one of their main pillars in the centre of midfield. Of course, defensively, the back four, led by Captain Jackson, and of course, they've been also led by Captain Maxween, who has just come back from under-20, CONCACAF under-20 tournament with Trinidad and Tobago, where he represented his country. He's a national team player, and of course, he is an integral part to this defensive lineup for Trinity College East. So expect this team not to be a pushover by any stretch of the imagination. San Juan North going for their 3rd straight Intercol Championship. Trinity College East well deserved to be here. This is a very close game.
Let's talk about Emmanuel John, though, playing against his old team.
Of course, he is a stalwart goalkeeper. We saw him against Presentation College where he had a man of the match performance. He was absolutely outstanding. He's a top goalkeeper. He started late throughout the season. He has grown in and he's been a leader here for San Juan North, and expect him again here today to be a pivotal part of the San Juan North team.
All right, now, Brent, let's get a little bit into predictions for today. What do you expect to happen today on this pitch?
This is going to be a very tight encounter. These are two very good teams. Do not let their table positioning give you any sort of indication. Yes, Trinity College is finished 11th, and of course San Juan North finished 3rd, but these two teams are closely matched. Of course, the last time they met, San Juan North won by 1-0, but today's encounter is knockout football. If you lose, you're home. So both teams will be going for broke here today, so expect a very interesting and exciting encounter.
Thank you very much, Brent Sancho. Thank you for not giving us any predictions. We welcome Assistant Coach Stephen Clark. How confident are you all today?
We are very confident, Hans. We are the defending champions, and of course, we are here to carry back the title back to Savon.
Any specific strategy you all intend to employ today against Trinity College East?
No, we just want to play as we were playing throughout the tournament. We had a very good season in the league. We came 3rd, and at the knockout stages, we managed to rectify our goal scoring problems. We scored 5 goals in one game and 6 goals in another game. So I think going forward, all we are looking for is to get the guys motivated mentally for the battle.
And as Coach Jerry Moore said in his interview post the game against Presentation, he said, listen, we're going to play each game as it comes. So I wish you all the best in this and every encounter. All right, we have our student guest host. I will allow you to introduce yourself.
I'm Tiara Fred Hutchins from San Juan North, and I came here to represent our school.
Tiara, what do you think is going to be the result for you all today?
I do think that we will be victorious.
Just victorious. Any predictions on the goals? Brent Sancho didn't want to say, but can you say?
10-0.
What? 10-0? All right, well, if you all are to beat this team 10-0, who's one of the persons you expect to score today?
Jerry, Morris, Ronaldo Boys.
Well, let's look at Ronaldo Boys a little closer. Here is his player profile.
I like to play with number 9 because number 9 is, well, on the field, number 9 holds a certain role and function, which is a hold-up striker, someone who could run at players, and that's me. I chose to play football out of all the sports because it's in my blood. My father was a great footballer. He actually played for Wigan Athletic in England, so it passed down to me. Well, my plan for 2018 is to come out the best player and not just be in the top 5 this year. In my eyesight, I have improved with strength, fitness and speed. The way I run off of the ball, the way I score my goals, the way I hold up the ball, the strength in me, it's completely different from other people. My diet is healthy, but I'm from Trinidad, I like KFC. But as season approach, I really try to eat healthy stuff like fruits and vegetables and, cut down on the sweets and everything. I'm planning to impact the team with my discipline and my leadership. So when the guys see that I carry out a certain standard with discipline and leadership, they will just jump on the train. Well, my biggest motivator in my football career is my father. He always there to push me, and any mistakes I make on the field, he will carry me home to the drawing board and show me how to fix it for the next game. Well, my favorite footballer is Zlatan Ibrahimovic because he's very strong, he can hit the ball, he's a fantastic player to watch, and he does amazing stuff. Well, I want to be a professional footballer, actually in England, playing for my favorite side, Manchester United.
Ronaldo Boys with his signature fan move made it past quite a few defenders. We're here with assistant manager Pollard from Trinity East. Do you think his fan will be able to trick the defenders today of Trinity?
Of course, of course. We have a couple tricks up our sleeve for Sawa. We know that they're familiar with this. We are the new boys, but we have been around a while and watching, observing and learning, and we think our time has come.
Now, it's quite interesting. Last time you all played against Sawa, despite the disparity in the table where you all ended in terms of the premiership, you all actually were only defeated by 1 goal against Sawa North Secondary School. So, I mean, it's definitely within reach. How are you all going to achieve it today?
Well, of course, anyone who knows football will know that the league is a different type of football. While Intercol being a knockout competition, it's totally different. Where over the years you have seen a lot of upsets. So we believe that we have an upset for Sawa today, and we're going to go all the way this year.
All right. We wish Trinity East the best. Right now, joined by Akila, our student guest host, joining us again. How you feel about today? Sawa North Secondary School, they finished 3rd on the table. You feel you all could take it today?
Yeah, confident with the recent form of the team.
Yeah.
And striker scoring right now, so hopefully we could come away with a 2-1 victory.
Now, interestingly enough, your old keeper, Emmanuel John, is now playing for Sawa North. How do you all feel about that?
Well, it will be a tough game playing against him, obviously, for the boys, and hopefully we could stick some goals past him.
All right, well, let's take a little look at Matthias Hinkson, one of the players from Trinity College East.
My favorite footballer right now is Usman Dembele because he looks like me. I grew up watching my uncle play football, so after that I decided to pick it up as well. On my first game, I would like to score. I also like to score as many goals as I could during the season to help my team and to help myself. What set me apart from the other players is my speed. What I need to work on more is my confidence on the field. I like to play number 14 because I like to watch videos of Thierry Henry, and that's the number he used to use. If I don't become a professional footballer, I would like to enter the sports management and anything in that field. My biggest inspiration in my life is my mother. She was the one to help me through everything, a single parent as well. So everything I need, I get it from her.
Okay, thank you very much, and welcome here to the Larry Gomes Stadium. Of course, a very famous stadium in terms of the name being Larry Gomes. Larry Gomes, of course, a former West Indies cricketer, and this stadium was opened in May 2001, and of course, it was used for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. There is the nice picture of the stadium, and of course, an even better picture now of the teams making their way out. Sawa North and Trinity East. Of course, it's going to be a tough one. The match officials there are the match officials. Of course, the match of today's on-field match officials, led by 25-year-old referee Nicholas Murray, is assisted by Kareem McMail and John Berkeley, both 24, all from the North Zone. And of course, there is Nikolai Nairon from the East Zone. So the teams just greeting one another. But Brent, a very interesting game here between these two teams. Of course, you've got Sawa North, who finished 3rd, Trinity East finished 11th. But really and truly, when it comes to Intercol, forget form, forget league positions. It's just who's got more of a heart to get out there and battle.
Well, when you talk about the knockout format of any football competition, you talk about on the day, Colin, you talk about performances on the day, and this is what this competition is about. Of course, the Intercol series, a huge amount of histories. Here we see the match officials, Nicholas Murray, Kareem McMail, John Barkley, and Nicola Naran as the 4th official. But Colin, when you come to the Intercol, you come to 90 minutes of football. It could mean the end of your season if you don't put in a performance. So league, of course, what has happened in the league and transpired in the league format of this competition goes out the window. This is about today.
Oh yeah, it certainly goes out of the window. and it's a situation where, and again, sometimes it has nothing to do at times, Brent, with ability. It has to do with heart. There's the Samoa North secondary team, Elijah Garcia, there's Kareem John, Jordan Brito, Isaiah Chase, Elaire Brewster, Kyle Thomas, the skipper, of course, Ronaldo Boyce, Emmanuel John, Adrian Duncan, Malik Farrier, and Tyrell Cameron. Of course, the experienced coach in Jerry Moe. And let's have a look at their formation. Brent, they're lining up with 4 at the back.
Yeah, 4 at the back, a 1-4-2-3-1 system. Boyce to lead the lines, of course, for San Juan North Secondary. The very talented Emmanuel John in goal, as we mentioned at the top of the program, of course, with Trinity East last season, and now with San Juan North Secondary School. Expect Brito and Farrier to provide some cover for the defense led by Thomas.
So that is the formation of the Samoa team. Here we have the Trinity East team. We'll give you their lineup. There's Khalil Oliver in goal, Stephen Hoyt, Randy Jackson, Action Jackson as we call him, the skipper Daniel Lake, Tyreek Sutherland, Jaden McCree. There's Tyrell Wiley, Javed Elcock, Christian Ransom. We've got to look out for him. Cordell Sween and Kishon Charles. And of course the coach, very, very experienced, Michael Grayson. And let's have a look at their formation. They're also playing 4 at the back.
Well, 1-4-3-3 system. Expect Ransom to get further up the park. Sween just back from international duty with Trinidad and Tobago in the CONCACAF U20 tournament. And of course, the front trio of Sutherland, McCree, and Wiley could be, of course, erratic at times and also very dangerous at times.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one as these two teams, they know each other well. Of course, it must be for goalkeeper Emmanuel John. Brent, there is the Trinity East bench. But for Emmanuel John, it must be a little bit of a, how would one say, a bittersweet moment for him.
It would be a strange one for him. Of course, he only just started his season at San Juan North Secondary, so he did not face San Juan North Secondary during the course of the season. He didn't face Trinity College East. Now he's transferred over from Trinity College East into San Juan North Secondary. We saw him against Presentation College, where he had a man of the match performance against, of course, Presentation College, which eventually denied Presentation College this SSFL championship.
That's right. I think if Presentation has to really look back, they will say, Emmanuel John, you cost us the 2018 title. But we're just about getting ready for kickoff here. It's the Coca-Cola Intercol East Zone final. Samoa North coming up against Trinity East. Here we go. Trinity East in the white top, whereas Samoa North in green, as that ball already being played back towards Duncan. And so these two teams obviously in the first second or two just trying to get we didn't talk about the surface, Brent. I had a walk on it. It's not soft by any means, but it's not bone hard. I think there's a little bit of give, and I think the players will welcome that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of give, but what's interesting about this surface, and this is one of the facilities, or the only facility here in Trinidad and Tobago that you would find such a surface, is that the grass is extremely low, which means that the ball momentum will be very quick. So this is going to be a fast-paced game. Don't expect teams, of course, to be able to settle, because the ball is going to be sifting around the surface. As you correctly said, Colin, yes, it's a flat surface. Yes, it looks a bit hard, but there's a lot of give, but the grass is almost non-existent. So this is almost a carbon copy of artificial turf.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Well, it's going to be a free kick for Trinity East, a handball by Chase. And so it's the free kick is going to be taken by the skipper, Jackson. Nice looking deep ball going towards that far post, but well defended by Samoa North. But here comes Ransom. It's going to be interesting what kind of effect he has on the game today, because he's listed here as basically playing just in front of the defense, Brent. I would love to see him going forward a little bit more, because I think he's such a good kicker of the ball, and he's a good runner as well. But I see they have him in the formation playing as a holding midfielder.
Well, I think that is down to the respect that Coach Grayson would be playing towards particularly the San Juan North attack, where we talked about the likes of Boyce and Chase, who we saw. Bryce, of course. Those players have had such a tremendous season, Colin, for San Juan North. And one of the reasons why they would have finished so high up the table, they scored a lot of goals.
Well, there's Thomas with that long throw. That's going to be a free kick. The boot went a little too high. So immediately again, Trinity East with a free kick. Goalkeeper Khalil Oliver. He's had a pretty good season, and we've seen him on 2 occasions. Had a man of the match performance against QRC, and was basically responsible for Trinity East getting a draw in that game. Of course, we televised that game live here on the home of champions, Sportsmax, where Trinity East had to come from a goal down against QRC, but they were kept in the game largely due to a brilliant keeping from Oliver. So we've got 2 goalkeepers in this game that are really top-class keepers.
And remarkably enough, they both come from the same school.
Yes.
Both goalkeepers with Trinity College East. As we mentioned, John started there, and he eventually moved on to San Juan North Secondary. You have to give credit to goalkeeping coach Trevor Nottingham, who's done a tremendous job in the goalkeeping department for Trinity College East. 2 very, very talented goalkeepers.
Here's San Juan North on the move. But having to go all the way back towards Duncan. Ball is with Thomas. Kareem John, as usual, looking to play wide.
Well, this is going to be an interesting competition down the San Juan North's left-hand side, with Chase coming up against your man, Action Jackson, Colin.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Both players having a tremendous regular season.
It's a dangerous looking ball, headed away by that man Ransom. So I expect he's gonna be in the thick of things, Brent.
He's gonna have to be, young Ransom. Such an important part of the puzzle for Trinity College East. He provides that cover. But as you mentioned, Colin, moving forward, he's such a threat.
Another long throw from Kyle Thomas. That's a good ball across the face of the goal. But again, Trinity is under some early pressure here from San Juan North. This is a team that's playing with a lot of confidence, of course. So we're just about coming up to 5 minutes in this, the Coca-Cola Intercall East Zone Final. San Juan North and Trinity East. No goals yet. This is Garcia. Thomas. It's an interesting ball, but couldn't keep it in. Is Isaiah Chase. Of course, the last time we saw him, scored a very, very good goal against Presentation. Thomas looking for Boyce. This is Kareem John doing well. Getting it, of course, to Brito. This is Brewster. Back to John. It's a good ball. Getting it back to Brito. So someone not knocking it around, not a dangerous looking pass, and Garcia nearly ran himself into trouble. He did well in the end. That's a good run here. He's brought down. No, says the referee. Good tackle. But Wiley was looking to make the run. He's going to be interesting this afternoon. Young Terrell Wiley loves to go forward with the ball, loves to dribble. And the San Juan defenders, they've got to be wary of him. There he is, young Wiley. Not a very big man. He's a youngster, very low center of gravity, as they say, Brent.
I think he's part of gravity. He's that low. Well, he's such a tricky player.
Oh, he is. This is Brewster fighting with Ransom, and that's where he's going to be good. Winning those balls in the middle of the field. Jackson. This was a good-looking ball to Sutherland. Sutherland going to make that run, but I'm sure Thomas is going to come across. He's just going to allow that to run out of play. So it's going to be a goal kick for San Juan North.
Well, it's quite interesting. We're looking at the lineup here for Trinity College East in particular. McSween, of course, who we talked about, Colin. Kendall Sween, just coming back from international duty with Trinidad and Tobago. He's now deployed in the middle of the park, where he would have been deployed as a central defender for most part during the CONCACAF qualifiers.
Yeah.
The unsuccessful one that Trinidad and Tobago partaked in. Not the types of results that Coach Russell Latterby would have wanted. But Cordell Sween, being an integral part of that side.
Well, he's in this Trinity East side now, as really should be as a playmaker. So he's got to produce the goods in the midfield, and give the forwards something to work with. But here is Cameron. Gets it towards Duncan. Trying to play Cameron back, but Wiley still. Wiley can't get hold of it. Duncan does well. Plays a good ball to Brito. Brito couldn't control the pass from him. This is Brewster. He scored a few.
That's
Looking for another man who scored a few. That's Chase. Good ball inside. Here's Brewster. He couldn't control it. It goes to boys. Still, Sawa couldn't control that ball and get it into the back of the net. But a lovely bit of football. And there's the crowd. The Sawa North supporters, they are excited. And that was an exciting move, Brent.
What's up?
Brito. So San Juan North certainly dictating the early pace here in the first 10 minutes of this game. This is Faria. He's brought down. No, says the referee. As Wiley getting it, trying to slow things down. Good looking ball there, trying to get McRae going. But it's with Chase. Gets it to Boyce. He can't control it. Wiley doing well. He's got 3 green shirts around him. And would you believe it? He gets the better of all of them and gets the ball across to Elcock. But he gets it, he gives it away. It's with Faria. The ball, that's a lovely ball. Up the right side goes Cameron for San Juan North. Good defending in the end. Good defending by Lake. So it's going to be a throw for San Juan North. But I love, Brent, so far, the movement of the San Juan North players. And they're playing almost two-touch football. Let's have a look at this.
Well,
beauty of a ball.
Yeah, beauty of a ball over to Chase. That's a top delivery there. Straight into the path of Brewster. First touch, not the best. I wonder there if Boyce was in an offside position. But the danger there sniffed out quite easily. End up in the back of it. How many times you've seen those sorts of melees in front of the goal, Colin, end up into the back of the net?
Two good things about that, Brent, was the ball from Brewster to Chase and the ball back from Chase to Brewster. The only thing was the control of Brewster. That let him down. You see the goalkeeper, the San Juan North goalkeeper, Emmanuel John, is on the ground. What's the problem there? Well, that's all there is Emmanuel John. He hasn't had a save to make for the afternoon.
It's probably a sunstroke.
Well, it'll be a pity if he has to go off.
I wonder if it was.
Would be a pity for Trinity East.
Not at all.
They would love to see the back of him.
Well, I'm wondering if it's from a clearance that he made. We don't see much activity on the bench for San Juan North. The substitute goalkeeper doesn't seem to be warming up. So
well, he's up.
He's up. He's walking. That's most important.
So he should be okay. Wondering what happened there. But anyway, let's get back to the action because it's going to be a free kick for San Juan North. Of course, Kyle Thomas is going to be taking it. I would have thought the height of Kyle Thomas, they would have wanted him more in the center of the action. But in fact, he's going to take the free kick. So here is Thomas with the free kick. That's not a bad looking one. Comes right back from Chase, having a shot, but really couldn't beat goalkeeper Oliver with that type of delivery. The goal kick has already been taken. It's Charles with a nice long ball. Again, looking to get McCree going.
I think this afternoon's proceedings really, Colin, is going to be dictated by the middle of the park and which team is able to gain control. The mere fact that Coach Grayson has put Curdell Sween into the middle of the park alongside Ransom suggests that he understands that.
So there is Trinity East with their first real shot, but it was well defended. But this is McCree. Again, he was looking to get that shot away, but well, good defending so far by San Juan North. But this is Wiley. You can hear them saying, watch his left foot, because they know that can be very dangerous. Oh, that's a tough tackle, but a fair one. It's going to be a goal kick. So we're seeing a lot of defenders, Brent, going to the ground, but winning the ball.
Winning the ball, but still a very dangerous thing to do. It's one of the pointers is Coach Grayson there. In the shot of one of the pointers as a defender, you try, of course, not to hit the ground easily. Stay on your feet. Defenders stay on their feet. You get on the ground if it's a last-ditch tackle. You try not to do it. First principle of defending.
Again, the heads go up. This is Boyce and Ransom. Boyce doing well. Has the shot one time.
Oh.
No, that was very awkward for goalkeeper Oliver. But give Boyce credit because he turned and that ball was just bouncing awkwardly in front of him. He hit it and it nearly gave Oliver some problems. It's Jackson a little too slow in clearing that ball. Goes to Charles.
That's good work by Chase. That's excellent work. We talk so much about his offensive side of things, but here it is here. Ransom there should have dealt with it.
Look at Boyce with the shot though, Brent. One time.
That's
he had
good
three
shot.
defenders around him.
Again with the fast surface here at the Larry Gomes Stadium.
Thomas with one of his long bombs again. Brewster couldn't control it. Again, Thomas. He's looking to have a crack. Player down in the meantime. Seems to be Brewster down, but the play goes on. This is McCree. Player still down. The ref's he's got to stop it. Well, finally a Trinity East player puts it out of play. I think it's Chase down. Seems to be Isaiah Chase, the player down.
Clutching his right ankle there, Colin. That's one player that San Juan North cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Brent, when the ball came.
There
There it is.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Got it on the ankle, didn't he?
Yeah, direct hit on the ankle. That would sting.
Magic spray. Magic spray, water. Ice water, I suppose.
Well, I'm quite sure it's going to be Dasani ice water, Colin.
Plug one, Brent. Plug it, plug it. It's the Coca-Cola Intercol East Zone final. Of course, the Dasani part of the Coca-Cola family. So Chase is up, so that's good news. Just gone over the first quarter of the game. We're into 16 minutes, 16 and a half minutes. Still, it's San Juan North 0, Trinity East 0.
Game hasn't really had a tempo per se, Colin. Both teams, of course, still trying to settle. Now it's 16 minutes have gone in the game, but I think Coach Moore would be the happy of the two coaches.
Sure. This is Cameron. Got some backward support in Duncan. It's a good looking ball. Boyce backing away. Lucky, I thought he should have tried and hit it one time. He was certainly trying to bring it under control.
If there's one criticism about Boyce, and there's very, very few because he's had an outstanding season, is that he needs to be a bit more decisive in front of goal. The top strikers in the world are always quite decisive in front of goal and make decisions early.
Yep.
I think that's where he falters a bit.
San Juan North, 0. Trinity East, 0. As it's going to be a goal kick for Trinity East. But Trinity East have defended well. The thing about Trinity East, they're a well-organized unit. I think they're well coached. They play to their strengths. They know when to defend. They know when to go forward, and they can hit you on that break. But I think everybody would have admitted, especially their coaching staff, really for the season they didn't score enough goals.
Yeah, that has to be the sore point for Trinity College East. They're a very tough team, as you said, Colin. They're so difficult to break down. But when you're defending for long periods and you're not scoring, only the inevitable will happen, and that's a goal against you. And I think that is where Trinity College East struggled throughout the season. We've seen them a couple of times, and we thought they played particularly well, but they just don't seem to score, and they don't create enough chances as well. Coach Jerry Moore there.
Another very experienced campaigner, very experienced coach.
Over Caledonia.
Yeah. This is a very interesting ball, and out comes John. Colliding there with Kareem John, his own player. That's a nice flick on from Brewster. Gets it up, boys. This is Chase. Oh, he just didn't take it in stride. Still, he's got good possession. Plays a good ball to Brito. Back to Chase. Look, let's see the cross. Slipping just at the right time. Again, Brent, we talked about a little bit of give in this ground, and we saw it with Chase trying to cross that ball. He slipped as he was just about to cross it. But a nice, good movement again from the San Juan North team. It's going to be another of the bombs from Kyle Thomas. There he goes. It's good defending here by Trinity East. Randy Jackson, or I much prefer Action Jackson, the skipper, defending it and clearing his lines. But the thing is, even though it's going to be a throw, it's almost like a corner, because Kyle Thomas is going to send it right into the 6-yard box. Let's see. Yes, so he didn't keep it in, so it is going to be a corner. I thought Jackson saved it from going for the corner, and it was a throw. But no, it is going to be a corner, and it's going to be taken by Hoyt. Stefan Hoyt with the corner. Not a good one, but he can reload. Thought Sutherland could have done better than head it out for a corner. Yes, it is Cameron, and not Hoyt with the corner. It is Tyrell Cameron. Hoyt is in fact the defender for Trinity East, Stefan Hoyt. He's at the far post. So it's going to be Cameron again with the corner. It goes. That's a much better one towards the far post. Oliver gets a touch on it. It's going to come right back in, but that's not a good cross. And it's going to be a goal kick for Trinity East. So much better corner at the final attempt from Cameron. And Oliver did well because he was able to just touch that ball. And Kyle Thomas was the one who brought it back in there. It is. Just got his left hand in.
Yeah, that's good goalkeeping. Comes out and makes sure he gets a touch on that. Defenders love that. And the goalkeeper could come out and assist, particularly when the ball's coming into the box. takes a bit of pressure off of the defenders.
Oliver in a hurry to get it going, but he gives it away. But luckily it goes to Wiley. This could be problems here. That's not a bad looking ball, but well defended by Kareem John. Wiley trying to find Sutherland, who was making that run wide. This is Sween doing well. It's Ransom to Sween. Sutherland. This is much better from Trinity East, but Sutherland really and truly should have done better. Brewster. He loses out. All the way back towards Hoyt. This is Duncan. Boyce. Good looking ball from Brewster to find Chase. Jackson is with him. Comes inside of Jackson. Still Chase. Looking to get it to Brewster. Still Brewster. This is a chance here. Couldn't get the shot away. Great defending. And eventually the ball is cleared. But Brewster had the chance and just couldn't get the shot away. But pressure here mounting now on Trinity East, and the pressure is relieved here because of a foul by Duncan, and it's going to be a free kick for Trinity East. But what action we just had. There's some of the Trinity East supporters, some of the schoolboys not looking so happy at the moment because they know their team is under some pressure. This is Brewster. He's been in the thick of things, looking to get Chase going, but this one, he said it a little too far forward of Chase, and an easy take for goalkeeper Oliver. Coming up to 24 and a half minutes. Still, we await the first goal here at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Malabar. Kareem John gives it to Sutherland. He plays a good ball inside to McCrae. McCrae can't really control it. And Ransom in a real tussle now with Brewster. Gets it back to Jackson. Jackson wins a throw coming off of Chase. Here's coach Michael Grayson off his feet. Boyce does well, he does extremely well. Oh, he's held off the challenge of Charles. But the loose ball is picked up by McCrae. McCrae sending it across the goal. Wiley can't get there in time. Can he keep it in? No, he can't even keep it in, and it's going to be a throw. So a loose ball there going to McCrae. I thought he went for the shot, whereas he may have just tried to square it back a little bit more towards Wiley. He went for the far post, didn't control it, and it's gone out. Well, it's going to be a corner. Some real loose playing there between Duncan and Garcia. Garcia wasn't paying attention when Duncan threw the ball back to him and went out for a corner. What a way to give away a corner here. If Trinity East was to score from this, I don't think Coach Moore would be happy, but it's a very bad kick. So they've got a reprieve, San Juan North, but really careless play on the part of Duncan and Garcia. This is Sutherland, he's gone over onto that left side. But again, giving away the ball. Brewster to Boyce. Oh, he does well. Is he pulled back? Yes, I think he is. It's going to be a free kick. Free kick for San Juan North. A little bit of tugging from Lake, just pulling on the shirt of Boyce. So he's won a free kick, and it's going to be Cameron. Or is he going to leave it to Brewster?
Well, that's good work by Boyce there.
Yep, And it
Getting
was
a
actually
touch in.
Hoyt pulling him back.
And Hoyt obviously having a tug his shirt. Such a tough customer, boys. We've seen him all through the season. It's a good ball.
It's still not cleared. Eventually, it's going to be cleared away here.
You have to give Trinity College East credit, Colin. Despite the bombardment in front of the goal by the San Juan North secondary players, whether it's long throw-ins like the one we're about to see by Kyle Thomas, or corners or set plays, they have defended well. They've defended stoutly, whether the goalkeeper comes off the line or defenders taking charge.
Well, here's another long one from Thomas. Still, they're struggling to get it away. And it's headed back for a corner from Ransom. So it's they're starting to feel the pressure though, because I thought Ransom could have done better with that rather than headed out for a corner. And it's going to be Cameron, or is it? I don't think it's Cameron is going to take this one. I think this is Isaiah Chase is going to take this corner, and it's their 4th corner of the game so far. Oh, that's very well defended. That was creeping into that first post. And Brito there was attacking it. But yet another long throw. So the goal area, Brent, it's just being bombarded, whether with set plays, corners, and these long throws from Thomas.
But again, 9 times out of 10, it's a Trinity College East header or body that touches the ball first. So they have defended well. You have to give them credit for that, because easily some teams would have folded under this type of pressure.
This is Wiley. Oh, he's a real tricky customer. Trying to get a ball wide towards Sutherland. Picks it up by Lake. He gets it to Sutherland. Sutherland turns with it nicely, but finds that he can't get past Duncan. Duncan plays it to Cameron. Back to Duncan. They're coming out nicely with the ball is San Juan North. Nice long ball from Farrier, looking there, of course, trying to get it to Skipper Boyce. But it's picked up by Duncan. He gets it towards Lake, sorry. The ball went towards Lake, and he couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for San Juan North. For once, Kyle Thomas is not coming across to take it, because it's just on the half line. This is Garcia looking for Brewster. This could be problems here now for San Juan North as Wiley is going forward with it. Looking to get it to Sween. It's a good tackle in the end from Kareem John. Excellent tackle. He's been a really stalwart defender all season for San Juan North. So San Juan North 0, Trinity East College 0. That's where we stand here in this East Zone Intercall final, Coca-Cola East Zone Intercall final. We've just over the half hour. Still await that elusive first goal. But who knows, McCray tries it, but that's easy pickings for Emmanuel John. Hasn't seen him do very much for the afternoon. So he must be a little happy he's at least got something to hold on to. This is Action Jackson trying to get Wiley going. John with the throw. Ransom couldn't keep it in.
Is it quiet, Ransom?
Yep. Well, he's playing, and some of those spectators, Trinity East, they're quiet as well.
It's probably not the type of 30 minutes they would have envisioned here.
Not really, but I would think, Brent, you even though these, you have to say that San Juan North has come into this game as favourites. I mean, if you had to say who should win this game, you'd have to say San Juan North, primarily based on their league standings. But as I said, Trinity East is a difficult customer. Here's Kyle Thomas again with another of these long throws.
This could be trouble. This could
Shot
be trouble.
comes, and Oliver holds on to it. Again, Boyce was the one who took the final shot, but there was a crowd of Trinity's players around him. He couldn't get any power behind it, and in the end, Oliver held on to it. This chase towards John. This is Thomas. Garcia. Duncan. So they're moving the ball nicely around. It's Sawa North from left to right. Again, long one looking for Boyce. Ransom couldn't control it. A little bit of pinball as that ball is just
They're gonna have to get.
around.
They're gonna have to get a hold of it. It's another long throw, and this is about the 6th long throw into the box. Ping pong's about. It ricochets, and Boyce with a half a chance, not clear on goal. But Colin, at some point, Trinity College is going to have to get control of the football. They've been defending for quite long periods, and particularly the long throws are taking its toll.
But here's Chase with a chance. Oh, he sends it right across the goal to no one in particular. Cameron was coming in, but he couldn't get there in time. Really and truly, you would have thought Chase should he have gone for goal there?
Yeah, he should have gone for goal.
Could have looked towards the far post, but here is Sween for Trinity's. Running into traffic, but doing well. Again, a ball that long, too far forward and has no problems again for Emmanuel John.
It's a foul.
Yep, it's going to be a free kick for Trinity East. Let's have a look at Chase there, Brent.
He collects it in here. Good first touch here, and was always stretching with the right foot.
Should he have gone for the far corner? Maybe trying to curl
he
it?
first would have to go with his left foot.
Yeah.
Because right foot, obviously, very unnatural swing. And of
here
course,
he
an
is
unnatural
again.
finish.
Oh, that's good tackle. Excellent tackle there.
It's a good battle between these two. Jackson and Chase. That's a poor pass.
That's a bad pass, though. This is Brito. Oh, he's pushed it too far ahead of him. Loose ball picked up by Cameron. This is Jackson again being harassed there by Chase. But he does well. As you rightly said, it's going to be a very interesting battle between these two. So here's action, Jackson with the throw. The skipper of Trinity East, Bruto, looking to get it to Brewster. And it's going to be a throw for Sawa North. Talking about Sawa North, Brent, they're going for the 3rd title in a row. The East Zone title. So they're very consistent when it comes to intercall. Because I remember last year in the league, they were about mid-table, but they were still able to push forward and win.
They've improved over the last 4 years. There was a point where they were almost relegated at one point, and since then they've only looked up.
Don't forget they were in the final last year against Shiva Boys.
Yes. And the year before as well.
Yeah. So when it comes to the call, they're very consistent. But again, we keep saying about Trinity East being a difficult team to beat. Sawa North as well, very well organized. It's a good ball.
And they score goals, Colin.
Yeah. Well, they've got some dangerous players. Brewster, Chase, Boyce, Cameron.
Morris
also,
off the bench.
Morris as well. Yep, they won the title in 2016, the National Intercall title.
It's the likes of Semper. Standing young left footer.
It's going to be a foul. No, says the referee. Lake does well. I thought for one moment he was fouled. He's the one who got up and won the ball. That's going to, unless Garcia, I was going to say, unless he thought it came off of one of his own players, he would have just ushered that ball over the line, which he did.
Well,
no goals yet.
Well, at some point, Colin, Coach Grayson may have to look at a tactical switch. He's now playing a 4-3-3, and he's coming up against a 1-4-5-1. And the middle of the park in particular is where San Juan North is getting most of their joy, particularly because they're outnumbering their opponents of course, I wonder if that's the flight there with the tactical solutions coming in there for Coach Grayson on the screen. But tactically, he's been outnumbered in the middle of the park. And that's why Sanborn North here is finding their joy, because the likes of course, Ransom and Sween are having to do double the work because they're simply outnumbered in the middle of the park.
And they're dominating in the middle. Here's Chase. Oh, that's a good tackle. As you rightly said, that is going to be a real good battle here for this entire afternoon between Jackson and Chase. Thomas does well.
That's poor.
Again, Thomas looking to get that ball towards Boyce. This is Farrier going wide to Cameron. Can he get a good cross in? That's Ransom. He's doing his job. Cameron looking to get it maybe wide to Chase, but Jackson gets it out to Wiley. Oh, whoa, excellent football in the pass
That's
to
good
Wiley.
stuff.
And a great ball. Sutherland is looking to get it right back over towards Sween, but he hit that a little too straight. There is some of the Sanborn North supporters. They are in boisterous mood because their team is dominating. Not yet able to score a goal, but they've certainly had the bulk of the possession, and the ball has been played mostly in the Trinity East half. Thomas trying to get Chase going. John. Ransom, that's a good ball. Finding Elcock.
It's a good ball.
Sween. This could be problems. Gets it to McCrae. This is Elcock. Wiley. Scott Jackson in support. The Trinity East team feels that Wiley was pulled to the ground. The referee says no, and he's awarded a throw. Long searching ball for McCrae. Pushed. Oh, it's a real tussle here. And foul by Thomas and McCrae, and Trinity East, they've got a free kick.
Well, I thought McCrae was the one holding on to Thomas, but there it is again. Both players tossing away. Look at the left arm of McCrae around Thomas, but both players were at it, honestly.
Well, that was a difficult one. I mean, which way?
Could have gone anyway.
Who do you give the? You always give the benefit to the defenders, so I'm not surprised. So it's going to be a free kick for Trinity East. It's going to be Lake with the free kick, Daniel Lake. It's not a bad one. Elcock, still Elcock.
Ransom's done well.
Chase gets it out, taking no chances. So we're in the final 5 minutes.
It hasn't been a pulsating game by any stretch of the imagination. It's lacked a lot of quality.
It's been a tactical game, hasn't it?
It's been a tactical one, and I think the players have tried to adapt to the game plan meted out by the respective managers.
Well, here's Elcock. He is as well having a long throw, but the loose ball picked up by Chase. Trying to get Boyce away.
He has to deal with it.
Oh, he doesn't deal with it, and Boyce is away. But he's got no support. He's going to have to check. Oh, he turns well. And he gets a corner. That's brilliant.
That's
excellent.
Good stuff. It's just turned a defending corner into an attacking corner. That's what you want from your striker, your leader, your captain. Sprinting 40+ yards to close down. That's top stuff by the big man.
Well chased with the corner. got another corner on the far side. I would expect, I thought Cameron was going to take it, but Brewster seems to be going over to take this corner. So it's going to be Brewster for Samoa North with the corner. That's another poor one, but they've
Poor clearance as
yep,
well.
He gets a second chance.
Just needs to guide it away with the left foot. Yeah, not sure why he's trying to control the ball there.
Defender Kishon Charles. So the 7th corner for Samoa North.
It's a better one.
Cameron with a shot. Oh, it deflected, but that was not a bad effort. It was heading goalwards, and it hit a defender and went out for a corner. Corner number 8 for Samoa North.
Right, is a good corner into the box here by Brewster. Cleared away by McCree. Look at that. A lot of venom in that one.
It's another good corner, but again, well defended. Very, very well defended. It's going to come right back up at the Trinity's defense, but not such a great ball. And in fact, Cameron gets control, gets it to Brewster. He plays a nice 1-2 as Cameron going for the run, sends the crossover, but it's not a good one again. Goes behind, and I suppose you've got to say 1 or 2 of their crossing has not been good.
The quality hasn't been good at all. And when you look at the Trinity College East setup, Colin, you'd have to wonder if I would want to call it the experiment of putting Curdell Sween into the middle of the park. Has it worked? And I would say no.
Yeah,
because they look not only void of ideas going forward, but of course they look stretched in the middle of the park like they are here now.
Well, we're in the final minute of normal time, and we understand that the referee has indicated that there'll be 2 minutes of a minimum of 2 minutes added on. Here's Wiley. Oh, he's pushed it too far.
Oh, that's a foul.
Yes,
that's
he's
a
going
nasty
that
one.
far. No, the thing is, Brent, he pushed it too far ahead of him. He lost control because he was looking for the shot, but he was getting to that ball. And we see, I think it's Thomas has got a yellow card, is it? Let's see.
He pushes it a little bit ahead of him, but the pace of Wiley.
That's a Sancho tackle.
Not sure about that, Colin. He wears 20. I used to wear 5.
Ooh. So the first player to be booked for the afternoon, Kyle Thomas. But
this is dangerous position here, as it relates, of course, with a minute or so plus added on time.
Who are you going
seconds.
with? Ransom?
It's got to be Ransom. There's a lot of interest there.
He goes over it. The shot comes
it's
over
too
the
much.
bar. Who was that? Was that Sween?
Looks like Sween.
Yes, it was Sween. So we enter added on time of the first half. I think that will give Trinity East some little bit of confidence going into the second half. I'll tell you, every time Wiley picks up the ball, Brent, he looks dangerous.
Yeah, he looks very dangerous because he's running at players and he's forcing defenders to commit. Of course, with his miniature statuesque as he is as a man, but he's very dangerous when he gets ahead of steam.
McCree, on the other hand, he's looking to make the runs, looking for that ball being pushed into the space, going into the spaces and looking for the shot. Wiley, on the other hand, he's picking up that ball and he's running at the defenders. Yeah. And that's what's causing them problems. So we're just in the final minute of added on time.
I'm not sure, Colin, if, of course, despite all of Wiley's effort, if it's enough to suggest that Trinity College East is going to win that way. They really have to take a look at the way they have set up tactically and maybe look to make a couple changes. Still believe they need to possess the ball a little bit better, but that man has had a stellar first half, Wiley. But despite that, I just don't think it's enough for them to relax on that laurel that he's going to get them the game winner.
Well, we're just in the final 10 seconds or so, and another long throw from the man who's been yellow carded, Thomas. Cleared away. We should hear the referee's whistle any time now because he's played the 2 minutes of added on time. And Thomas, of course, has to run all the way over on the right side to take the throw. Let's see if he's going to get this throw in or if the referee's going to blow. It's probably just after the throw has been taken. Goes into the box, headed on towards Oliver. And the referee now blows the whistle to indicate that the 2 minutes of added on time has been played. It's goalless at the moment here between San Juan North and Trinity College East. It's been a first half, a very tactical first half. Neither team has been able to break the deadlock. Khalil Oliver of Trinity East has been a little bit more busy of the two keepers. Emmanuel John probably just had one shot to deal with in that first half. So it's the end of the first half. It's Trinity East, as I said, they're defending very, very well. And let's have a look at the stats, Brent.
Of course, the stats lays out the facts of the game. 6 goals attempted by San Juan North, 4 of those on target. It shows the type of control they've had throughout this 45 minutes plus. 1 yellow card for San Juan North, none for Trinity College East, but 8 fouls for San Juan and 3 for Trinity East. 8 corners. The story of the day, it has been bombardment in front of the Trinity College East goal mouth area, and simply because San Juan North have thrown numbers forward, the ball forward, everything at the goal, but they still was not able to get the most crucial thing, and that's a goal.
That certainly is. So the bombardment has been happening, but they've not been able to score. So we're at the half here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. It's the Coca-Cola East Zone Intercall final. It's San Juan North 0, Trinity East 0. So we'll take a break and then we'll come back.
No, it's like just now when Chiri said what she... So like I hear both, but I mean I was able to decipher, but like when I'm talking and you give instructions and it's two people talking, I'll be like, you know? Yeah. Start on Colin or Kishon. Thank you.
What a performance in extra time!
At halftime at the Coca-Cola East Zone Intercall Final, Sawa North Secondary School 0 and the Trinity College East the same. Tiara, first half action. How you felt about the first half?
I felt great
Yeah?
because our school fought. We fought and we had some firm passes and the keeper saved well and stuff.
But no goals yet.
We coming out in the
So you think in the second half is your 10?
yeah.
Yeah, she thinks 10. Akil, 10.
Well, half was tough so far. Thankfully, none of the headers went in. But time we need to score.
Yeah, but 10 she say you're going to get today, you know.
FIFA.
All right, let's head upstairs for the halftime highlights.
Okay, thank you very much. Here are the highlights, Brent, of the first half. No goals, but we had some action.
We had a bit of action, of course, more so in front of the Trinity College East goal. It was always defensive alarm bells ringing off in front of their goal. Long throw-ins, long shots, corners, balls across the box. They have seen it all. 8 corners in all by San Juan. One of the few occasions that Trinity College East were able to get forward. Brewster here with arguably one of the better chances for the half, amounting to nothing. Give credit to Trinity College East. They defended well throughout the first half, despite the difficulties of dealing with a lot of bodies in front of the goal, with the long throw-in by that man there, Kyle Thomas, into the box. It has been a difficult half for them, but they have stuck in it. Most important, of course, statistic on the score sheet is the fact there's no goal so far against, and I'm sure Coach Grayson will be happy with that. Chase, of course, choosing the wrong foot there and slashes the ball across the goal. Trinity College East needs to change things defensively and tactically, but that man Wiley has been outstanding for Trinity College East throughout the game.
Getting the yellow card, Brent, but this is where I thought they had an exceptional chance, but not a good free kick.
Not a good free kick at all. High, wide, and far away. Trinity College East needs a better second half.
Yeah, that's so that is the highlights of the first half. Nothing much to report in terms of goals. So we're still goalless here at halftime. It's back to hands.
Coca-Cola East Zone Intercall Final here with Akil. Akil, you just got to see the highlights of the first half. The Intercall title is within reach for you all. What would it mean to Trinity East if you all were to make it to win the East Zone Intercall?
Well, it will be a lot because it will be a good achievement to come away with and win a title, like our under-14s who have game tomorrow, the semi-final, and Manu Hampton Stadium. So hopefully we could pull away some titles.
All right, so they're hoping for the titles, but let's take a look back into last year's Intercall titles. This is
the National
Intercall 2017, brought to you through the kind compliments of Digicel.
The National Intercall dates back to 1908. Back then, you could count the number of participating schools on one hand with 2 fingers. A shadow of what it has now become. 5 zones in Trinidad and Tobago, comprising of both male and female players from over 112 secondary schools. Impressive, considering there are 138 secondary schools in Trinidad and Tobago. Of those schools, only 1 male and 1 female team can lift the coveted trophy. The National Intercall, unlike the Premiership, is a knockout tournament. And if you thought the Premiership was filled with drama, then the Intercall is what heartbreak is made of. Last season, hundreds of teams and fans alike experienced this heartbreak, but none more than Valencia Secondary, St. Anthony's College, Naparima College, Chagonis North Secondary, Speyside High School, and Pleasantville Secondary Girls. And they have San Juan North, St. Mary's College, Shiva Boys Hindu College, Karapachima East Secondary, and Signal Hill Secondary, all zonal title winners, and Bishop Anstey High School National Girls Intercall winners to thank for that. This season, is redemption on the cards for one of those biggest losers? Or will the titles remain at their current locations? Or maybe brand new teams would ride away with the titles? In knockout football tournaments, anything is possible. But one thing's for sure, there's one title that will take up residence at a different address: the Coca-Cola National Boys Intercall title. Shiva Boys Hindu College will not defend their title this year. Disappointment in the hearts of the Shiva fans, but relief for some of their competitors. So now that we're all caught up, do you dare to guess which teams would take the titles this time around?
Ready?
North Secondary School. Now, Tiara, you all made it to the finals last year. Last year, you all were also the winners of the East Zone title. So this will be the third time. If you all win today, this is the third time you all win the East Zone. What would it mean for the school?
It would mean a lot, but it would mean a lot as if the nationals.
Yeah. So you all looking to repeat what you all did in 2016?
Yes, and Trinity East wouldn't be the stop to that.
All right. Now tell me about Jerry Morris.
Jerry Morris, he's well performed. He plays good and he plays his role.
He plays his role and he does more than play his role. Let's look at this feature of him, More Than Football, brought to you courtesy Shell.
My name is Jerry Morris. I'm from Arima Cookrit. I attend Sawa North Secondary School and I'm 16 years of age. Well, I grew up in a sports family. All my family play sports, including my father and my uncles.
We started about 6, 7 years old, playing with a side in semi-pro. Started to go up from there, play all about football and then. When I was growing up, we used to play a little cricket before, and then he started change to the football.
I'm playing cricket since I was small, cricket and football, but I started taking football more serious. On weekends, on Sundays, I just go with my friends, call them out. Once you're in a falling sun hot, I say, let me go and take a knock in the field now. They say, all right, we just go, we just play a little 6 overs, and after go, man, chill.
Feeling proud that he's doing so well. Because when he was going to school, they didn't notice him in Korea up there now, and he went to move to Bogumalachis up there now, so he's doing very good now.
My biggest inspiration is my mother and my father. When people bring me down, that is the ones I have to go to for encouragement. Well, Mom and Dad, this is for you, this was the work. All I have been putting is coming back into all the favor. I'd like to say thanks for pushing me to reach this way.
Pandemonium in the stands. They will celebrate long into the night. That is it. What a performance in extra time.
Well, back here at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Malabar, it's still Sawa North 0, Trinity East 0. It's all to play for 45 minutes. There is one of the men who they will have to beat, Emmanuel John. If Trinity East is to win this game, they will have to beat him. The referee is just about getting ready, Brent, to get this second half going. 45 minutes, that's what it's down to now for the East Zone champions.
And of course, both teams will want a winner. If not, we're going to have to go to the penalty spot, Colin, something that I know I don't enjoy as a player. You don't like to see games decided that way. But I'm very sure that San Juan North would be buoyed by the first half that they had. They really lay siege onto the Trinity College East goalmouth area. But they really haven't had a clear-cut opportunity to call in the first half, despite all the opportunities and of course the fact that they really were living in the Trinity College East goalmouth area, but no real clear-cut opportunity, and that factor is may just disappoint Coach Mo.
So, handball. So it's going to be a free kick for Trinity East. Again, Wiley has come over to the left side. Sutherland has gone back to the right side of the Trinity East attack. Remember, Wiley gained that free kick from coming wide on the right and cutting inside with that left foot of his. So this is Hoyt with the free kick. John does exceptionally well, comes out, takes that very comfortably, and looks to get Boyce going. Boyce always fighting to win that ball for his team. Does it well, gets it to Brito. Chase. Picked up there by Sween. Jackson does well, gets it to Sutherland. Making the run is McCree. But it's well won by Thomas. It was Garcia, but Trinity North regain possession, but again, playing it out. It's going to be a throw for San Juan North. It's Kareem John with the throw. Chase couldn't control it. Good looking ball from McCree. Goes to Wiley. Can he control it? No, he can't. This is Leak. Gets it back towards Ransom. He's not going to panic. Does well. Does very well. Gets it out to Jackson, his skipper. Plays it to Sutherland. Back to Ransom. Oh, this is a good run. Gets it to Sween. Playing with a little bit more confidence, Brent. Yeah. But they can't give away the ball like that because you're going to create problems. Out comes goalkeeper Oliver.
That's
does
good
well.
Goalkeeping. Goalkeeper. Trinity had a quietish sort of afternoon despite of all the activity in front of his area. He's had one real save where of course he had to come out to make a punch, but outside of that, not much activity.
Yeah, you can't say that he's been brilliant. He's just done everything he had to do efficiently. But and that says it because San Juan North has not really tested him all that much. He's had a few long balls to deal with, the corner kicks, but nothing really to say that he's been exceptional. Whereas Emmanuel John, I think he's just had one shot all afternoon to save. This is Elcock. Giving it away, and they give it right back to Trinity East, and Ransom gives it right back to Brewster. He does well to win it back. That's a foul. So it's going to be a free kick again. There, that man Wiley being appended.
He's really been the bright light in the Trinity College East performance so far. Once he picks this balls up here, Colin, he only has one thing in his mind, and that's to run at the defender.
Yes, and Adrian Duncan just fouling him. So they've got a free kick. Here's the free kick.
It's a good ball.
That's a good ball. Out comes John, does well. He has the shot. This goes over bar. Not a bad effort from Daniel Lake. Should have kept it down though, but again, good bit of confident keeping from John, because from the time that free kick was taken, he came out very early. But he's a confident young man, is Emmanuel John. So the throw for Samoa North. Duncan with the throw. Gets it to Garcia. He in turn to Thomas. That's a good turn. Good ball to Duncan. This is a good promising move. This is Brewster. Oh, he's trying to do a little too much. Cameron.
Score.
Not sure what he was trying there. Oh, the boys couldn't keep it in. Wiley. Oh, he gets out of that so easily.
That's a good pass as well. Unlucky. Good touch by Sreen.
Yep, it is. Is he going to be looking for the shot? Is he fouled? No, says the referee.
It's a good call. He was looking for it. He's looking for contact.
This is Chase looking for Brewster. Farrier trying to get Duncan going, or trying to get Cameron going down that right side. Duncan is the one coming to take the throw. Or actually it's going to be Thomas again with one of these long throws. Looking for Boyce, but headed away. This is Kareem John. Looking to have the shot, but a rather tame effort in the end that goalkeeper Khalil Oliver had no problems with. This is Cameron. Oh, he's trying to do a little too much. It's won by Elcock, but he gives it right back to Samoa North. Ball is with Duncan. Boyce is going to, no doubt, Boyce is going to challenge.
So foul,
And
yeah.
in fact, he was doing some pushing. Going to be a free kick for Trinity East.
And again, Trinity College East, Colin, have struggled to possess the football. And we see the substitutes on the San Juan North bench. It must be salivating at the mouth to come on into this fixture, Colin. They've had the better of the exchanges, 55 minutes or so gone so far, but you have to suggest that Trinity College has to change something at some point, Colin, if they are to win this football game. They've not really changed the way they've played in the first half into the second half. They've gotten a little bit more fortunate, but they haven't changed the way they have approached the game.
He's got to be careful. Garcia, McCray, still McCray. He has to turn back. This is good defending. Lovely defending from Kyle Thomas. Did well. Cameron. It's going to be a throw for Trinity East, but good defending, because I thought for one moment there McCray was away.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to sneak in there. That's a good ball.
Lovely looking ball. This is a chance here.
Oh no.
Oh, why did he push it to come back inside? Oh my word. Sutherland had the opening that probably brought the best chance for Trinity East. He looked to cut back inside and lost the chance. This is Wiley. But he loses out. Cameron can't control it. Elcock sends out good looking ball. I thought for one moment Sutherland would have been in again. No doubt Boyce is going to look to challenge. This is Brewster. Good defending on the part of Lake.
Well, look at here it is here now. Ball when he goes over the top. Sutherland, who started off on the left-hand side. Look at this touch here, Colin. Way too big of a touch. Loses the opportunity. He should have blasted with the right foot. But I was about to say he started the game on the left-hand side. So obviously he's very left-footed. But when you get into those opportunities, you have to go for it. You have to go for it. You have to swing that foot.
He had the opportunity.
Make the goalkeeper save.
But here's another opportunity for Sanwo North with a long throw.
Oh. Technique, technique, technique. He's got to get over it. Once you're leaning back like that, Colin, there's only one place that ball's going to go.
Yep, Isaiah Chase.
Expect better from him. There's look like Semper in the audience there. Sanwo North captain when they first won.
You remember him from last year?
Yeah, he played captain the Sanwo North team when they won their first Intercol title.
Shortly, Sanwo North will be making a substitution. They'll probably make a double substitution, Sanwo North. I find that a little strange because they've been playing so well. I'm a little surprised that they're making the substitutions.
Unless they're going to change things up tactically.
But Jerry Morris is going to be coming on.
That's not a bad substitution.
Nope, that's not a bad one to have. And I think
scored a lot of goals this year for.
I think Dixon as well is going to be coming on for them. Now it's going to, obviously Morris is going to go up, and I'm surprised they're taking off Boyce, which I'm going to be a little surprised about if in fact one of the substitutions is skipper Ronaldo Boyce, but we'll probably get those substitutions now.
That's a very strange one. I thought Boyce's worked extremely well today.
So number 10 is coming on, Jerry Morris. And number 6 is coming off, Jordan Brito.
He's had a solid game.
And the other one coming on is number 16. That's Obadele Dixon. And he's come on for Adrian Duncan, so not Boyce, which is, so they've gone with 2 up top now.
They're going for it, Colin.
But this is a chance for Sutherland, but straight to the keeper. So are they defending now with just 3 at the back? That's the question to you.
Yeah,
there's confirmation of substitution.
Yeah,
Jerry Morris on for Jordan Brito.
This could be trouble. This could be trouble.
Keeper comes out. Yeah, are they going with 3 at the back?
They've gone to 3 at the back. Well, it looked like they've maintained the 4 at the back, Colin, but they've gone to a 4-3-3, which is dangerous because this is what happens.
Sutherland hits it high over the bar.
Well, I'm a bit amazed that he's now striking the ball with his right foot, Colin, when he's outside the box and 20 yards further than the first opportunity he had. Should have done it the first time, son. But he's getting himself in position. Trinity College, he's slowly getting into this one. It's gone into a 4-3-3, of course, with Morris pointing, and Boyce have shifted out to their left-hand side. So Coach Moore has really gone for things now, Colin. He's ramped up the attack.
Yes, he's decided with half an hour to go, Brent, that there is the confirmation of the other substitution, Obadele Dixon, coming on for Adrian Duncan.
That's a like-for-like change.
Yep. So just about 61 minutes gone. And this is Dixon. And it's still goalless here between Samoa North and Trinity College East. This is Brewster. Chase. Oh, that was Cameron who's gone over onto that left side.
He's had a good game, Jackson.
Very interesting, Brent. So Dixon has just a like for like. He's gone at a right back position. So they've maintained the four at the back. But with Morris on now, is it a situation where they've lessened the load in the midfield?
It looks like they would have lessened the numbers, that's for sure. But it looks like they've put Morris more into a false 9 position, where he plays right in between the midfield and the striker. And it looks like Boyce and Morris will interchange. What's for sure though, Colin, they have thrown more numbers up front.
But I'm a little surprised he's taken off the right back and just replaced him with a right back.
It's an injury concern or
injury
something
concern.
of that nature.
There's the coach Jerry Moore with the hat.
Well,
the rest of his coaching staff.
He's won 2 Intercol titles, Colin, so I guess we can't question him.
Okay, that's a fair enough comment. This is Brewster. Sutherland just forgot the ball.
He's done a really good job, Coach Moore. You know, when you look at where San Juan North was when he took over the program, of course, they barely escaped relegation 3 years ago. And since then, they've gone on to win 2 East Zone Intercal titles. And more importantly as well, Colin, they would have steadily moved up the table, as you mentioned. This year easily being their highest finish at 3rd, and at one point they were challenging.
Well, I mean, it was very little to choose between Presentation, Naparima and San Juan North, and unfortunately they just coming to the end, they lost a couple games, and then they drew. I think they drew with St. Anthony's, which hurt them very badly. But you know, when again they played an exceptional game against Presentation, and you have to think between Emmanuel John and the rest of the team, they were the basic cause of Presentation not retaining the title. Of course, they themselves won the title in 2016, the Intercol title.
Well, you have to think if you are Naparima College or of course Presentation College, Trinity College, St. Anthony's, and the teams that are still in this competition, and you're looking at this fixture, San Juan North is not a team you'd want to face. They're very difficult opposition. They have players that can score. They threat down the line. They're good at set plays, both throw-ins and corners, and of course they're very sturdy at the back, led by Thomas and of course the young goalkeeper Emmanuel John.
Yeah.
So you'd have to, in discussion about this, you'd have to say that San Juan North is one of the favorites to win the title.
I would think so. I would certainly think so. But you can never write off this Trinity East team. They're a dangerous team.
Well, as we saw in the road to the National Intercol final, the winner of this game plays the winner of the Tobago finals, and they go straight to the semifinals. That's the national semifinals. So the winner of the Tobago finals will play the winner of this game, in the national semi-finals, and then straight the winner of that game playing to the
It's the
final.
final,
So
yeah.
they're literally 2 games away. Well, this game's almost finished.
You've got to say that whichever team wins this, they've got the easier half of the draw.
Yes, definitely. Because the North Zone winners, I believe, have to play
South.
the Central Zone winners.
And then the winners of that.
And that's the quarterfinals.
That's right. And the winners of that will then meet
Go
the
to the
South
semi-finals.
winners.
Yeah, in the semi-finals.
So that's the more difficult half of the draw. We see a change here for Trinity East.
That looks like McCree.
Yeah, McCree's coming off. And let's see, the man going on, it's Jaheim Fostin.
It looks like Sutherland has gone more into a central role.
So let's don't take a 6 for a 9, because Fostin has gone on for McCree, and he is number 6, and number 9 has come off. So you know you sometimes, Brent, and that was for you really, because you many times you take a 6 for a 9. But
Only when it comes to you.
let's leave it at that. That was a flick on. So 66 minutes of this game has gone. Still no goals yet. And you really have to think at the end of it, 1 goal may very well do the trick.
Well, 1 goal, I'm very sure that neither of these 2 teams would want to go into. That's a strange
This
pass.
is Sutherland.
That's a goal.
Deflection. It's in the back of the net. Just as when we were talking about no goals and 1 goal may win it. Oh my word. Now he's going to be booked. Tariq Sutherland, I'm sure, because he's taken off his shirt. But it came via a deflection. And maybe he'd be praying not there, he gets the yellow card. I don't know why these guys do it. You know if you do that, you're going to get a yellow card. But off comes, I suppose, all the elation and the emotion, Brent. Sometimes you just can't help it.
No, you can't help it. And it's a rule.
What do you think of that rule?
I don't like the rule. But look at the pass here. Strange one. Sunderland says, thank you very much. Thomas deflects it. And John had absolutely... No, you have to... I'm not sure who he was trying to pass the ball to. Straight onto Sunderland. Thomas tries to block it. Deflects off the left knee. John beaten. 1-0 to Trinity College. He's definitely against the run of play. And
Tariq Sutherland.
It's... You could feel of course, Colin, you could feel the shockwaves around the Larry Gomes Stadium, because Sanborn North have been in complete control of this fixture thus far. This is a big test of their character here and their title credentials for that matter.
That's for sure. Can they get back in the game? You've got to think, though, goalkeeper John had it covered. But what was... It was Garcia, I think, played that ball out. What was he thinking? I mean, green and white, they're very, very different in colors. And there's Emmanuel John. You have to think that that is the only way he would have been beaten. But look at the pass. What was he thinking? Garcia. Yeah, and Sutherland trying to bend it. You look at Emmanuel John, he seemed to have it covered. But the deflection off of the knee of Kyle Thomas took it up and over the head of Emmanuel John. And it means that Sanborn North, they've got about 22 minutes to hold themselves back into this game. And you know, Trinity East, they're going to defend for all they're worth.
Definitely not what we expected, Colin, especially with the pattern, the way this game has gone.
Well, commentators curse. We were just talking about 1 goal could settle this. Somehow you don't feel 1 goal is going to settle it. You just have to think that Trinity East, they need to score again somewhere.
It's a good throw. That is a good throw. This could be trouble. The goalkeeper is lost.
Well, chased with a shot. Never got it on target. So there is the confirmation of not only the goal scorer, but of the yellow card. Tariq Sutherland, the man getting the yellow card for, of course.
It's a law calling that I am completely against.
I'm not too sure. You're just, I mean, the
It's
emotion.
it's an emotional sport.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passion involved in it, and there's no greater joy in this game than scoring a goal. And taking away the passion from that, I think it's criminal.
Yeah, it is. And I think once you don't overdo it, you know, here is the shot comes. Not a bad effort. There was Morris having the shot. Nice turn. Didn't get any power into it. It's Garcia with the clearance, not taking any chances again. Cameron. John, nice looking ball. Good defending. But Boyce, you know Boyce is going to chase down everything.
He means business. He wants to stay in this competition. He's worked really hard here this afternoon. San Juan North needs to find another gear somewhere, somehow. Can't feel sorry for themselves.
There was Foston looking to play that ball through towards Sutherland. The thing about it, Sutherland has picked up that, as you rightly said, since the substitution of Foston coming on, Sutherland has gone more into this in a central position. Funny how things work. So a free kick for Trinity East. It's going to be Charles with the free kick. Actually, it was Sween with the free kick and not Charles. Foston just easily bounced off the ball. Nice looking long ball. Morris is going to give chase. It's going to be a free kick.
That's good work. Good work by Morris.
Yes, he's really hustling things since he's come on. Brewster is going to take this free kick with the left foot. He's going to curl it. This could be very dangerous for Trinity East. He's going to look to curl it towards that goal. So Hilaire Brewster with the free kick.
Good ball.
Now that's a good ball. The heads go up and it comes off the head of a Trinity East player. Yet another corner for San Juan North. I think this is their 11th, 10th or 11th corner. We get confirmation of that in a minute. So Chase with the corner. Not a bad one.
Oh boy.
Just goes wide. Again, a deflection.
Wasn't far at all.
The header coming there from Garcia, who obviously would like to make amends. This is Sutherland with the corner. Nice one to the far post. Peel goes up for handle ball.
Well, I tell you what, Colin.
Well, it would have been difficult. I mean, it was over the head of the defender.
Well, the rules of the game suggest once the ball hits the hand in the area, it's a penalty.
Well, we can have a look at that. But here's Brewster. This is a good one.
Good
well
punch.
Defended, well punched away by keeper Oliver. Sent back in by John. Wiley.
That's good football by Wiley.
The break is on. Wiley, does he have the speed? He's going wrong as bad. Is he brought down? No, says the referee. Well, that could be the danger, Brent. San Juan North going all out on attack. They can find themselves a little bit at the back in terms of pushing numbers forward. They can find themselves a little bit bare at the back.
Look at it, back post comes across. Well, Colin, I tell you, I've seen those given before.
Oh, you're very harsh.
The balls hit the hand, that's the rule. I'm not harsh.
You're very harsh. You're very harsh.
That's not me, Colin. You have to write to FIFA.
I don't think he could get away. I don't think he could have got out of the way.
No,
the
it's
hand
not.
didn't move. But this is problems here. This is Foston. Still Foston. Oh, he messed it up. Why did he stay? He should have just continued his run. So what we're seeing in the last couple of minutes is the substitution. Hinkson has gone on for Wiley. Now, I'm not sure I would have made that substitution. I really like the looks of Wiley, and I just think Trinity's need another goal to sew up this final.
This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination, Colin. I think there's still some twists and turns in this one.
Brewster
Oh,
pushed it a little too far ahead of him. So just about 75 minutes, 75 and a half minutes gone. It's Samoa North 0 and Trinity East 1. So we're in the final quarter of this game. We are in the final quarter. There is the Samoa North bench. They're not too sure where to look at the moment. So Matthias Hinkson has gone on to the field, Brent, and he's picking up, so they've taken off Wiley, and Hinkson has picked up more of a defensive position. So Coach Michael Grayson, he's holding on to what he has.
he has to hold on, he has to.
This is Cameron. Still Cameron. Turns with it nicely. Gets it back to Kareem John.
It's a good ball.
Chips it in. Out comes Oliver.
That's good goalkeeping. Very good goalkeeping. This is the danger
The
here.
break is on again.
That's a poor decision.
Yep.
That is a poor decision by the goal scorer. They're going to have to defend here, Trinity East, because San Juan Norton is going to launch that ball in the box. This is dangerous. Oh no, that's a wrong decision, son.
So it's going to be a free kick for Trinity East. Referee just checking on the player. Looks like who's that? Could be Charles. But he's all right. So they've got a free kick. 12 and a half minutes to go. Trinity East. Memory serves me right, Brent. I don't think they've ever won an East Zone Intercol final.
No, they've never won it. They are very new. They're a very new school, only opened in 2005. So this would be their first major silverware, if they can hang on. It's a lot to go still.
Oliver does well. Foston trying to get it in field towards Sutherland. Player down. The keeper is down. Now what's happened there? He kicked the ball. I'm wondering, Brent, when he came out to clear that ball, was it a late challenge by one of the Samoa players? But I'm not sure,
well,
because he came out to clear the ball. Morris came in to tackle, and I'm not sure, and he's complaining. I'm wondering if it was just a late challenge by Morris.
Well, he's suggesting that, and the players around him is remonstrating, which suggests that there were some after activities by Morris. But he's up quite quickly. He looks okay.
He's up. We see Samoa North making another substitution.
They're going for it, Colin.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Mitchell has gone on and Garcia has come off. So they've gone with another forward in Mitchell.
It's been a good tactical battle as well.
Oh,
like two
for sure.
veteran coaches in this competition. And in Ireland, for that matter, they've had very, very good careers. Coach Moore, of course, with Caledonia AIA, now Mova Caledonia in the TT Pro League in Trinidad.
Michael Grayson for years
And
coached
Michael Grayson for St. Augustine.
Yeah.
With the likes of Michael McCormick, Jaron Nixon, to name a few.
Yeah, excellent team. So we're just coming into the last 10 minutes of this game. Trinity East, they lead still by 1-0. But Isaiah Chase, he has different ideas. Gets it into boys. Cleared away. Here comes Sour North again through Thomas. Twisting, turning it, gets it to Brewster. Brewster chips it forward, looking there for Morris. The shot comes. Cleared away, but Chase, he's going to send it back in field. No, Brewster takes over. This is some gripping stuff here now at the Larry Gomes Stadium. It's all Sour North. They're going for it. Thomas and the Trinity's boys are putting in the tackles every which way.
He's got to flick it on his free back post.
Boys going for it. Still boys. Can't turn with it. They're not allowing him to turn with it. Gets it wide. Oh, they're putting their bodies in the way now.
Tell you. Well, here was that play, Colin. It's a bit of afters. Well, they said that's naughty.
Oh, that's naughty. No, that's
very
terrible.
Naughty.
Why would
naughty,
he do
Morris.
that? That's Morris, isn't it? Jerry Morris.
Does he not recognize that the Sports Max crew is here?
I'll tell you what.
We don't miss anything, Colin.
If this was in the Premier Division, they would review it and he would be banned. He would be banned for 3 games because the referee didn't see it, so he couldn't take action. Neither here's the.
Oh,
it's in the back of the net. Yep. They've come back. Sour North. Trinity's couldn't get it away. And is it the substitute? Is it Mitchell? It looks to be Mitchell, the man who came on as a substitute. It is Christian Mitchell has scored, so the substitution has made all the difference here now to Sour North. But they couldn't get the corner away. And Sour North are backing it. Here's the corner, Brent.
Ball comes into the box. They have dealt with it very well all evening. Look at the hesitation. Both Ransom and Sweet did not take control of it. Look at this here, Colin. Ball comes in there.
They should have
just clear it.
Yep, get it away. And they couldn't. And Mitchell pongs. The substitute has pongs. It's 1-1.
You can't say they don't deserve it. They've done very well here this afternoon, Sanborn North. They have taken the game to Trinity Colleges. They've gone down by an error, but they are backing it and they're going for broke. I think they're going for it, Colin.
Well,
it's 1-1 now. They're going for it 2-1.
7 minutes to go. 7 minutes, and we expect a very hectic 7 minutes. And of course, there should be some added on time. Here's the free kick from John. Touched on the head of Thomas. Couldn't get the head on, so it's going to be a goal kick. Oliver with the free kick. Or with the goal kick, sorry. So Thomas with the throw. Nice looking ball. Sutherland. Back to Lake. This is Brewster. Completely missed it, but he does well. Gets back possession. Gets it to Chase.
good
Oh,
skill.
that's a lovely thing. That's
Got to
actually
deliver.
Mitchell. Mitchell back to Brewster. The shot. What a save. What a save from Oliver. That went like a rocket straight to him. He had to palm it away.
So good ball in the box.
Oh, he
Oh,
comes.
boy.
He still can't clear it. Trinity is having problems getting it away. Finally, they come upfield with it. This is Sutherland.
That's a good ball. He's got to clear. He's got
Good
to
looking
clear.
ball. It's going to be a goal kick.
Good
There
trick
was,
with ball.
there was
comes-
Mitchell.
Mitchell, ball into the square and across to Brewster.
Bang!
That's a rocket.
Oh, what a good save.
Good
though.
hands. Good hands by the goalkeeper. He stayed with it.
Well, we're in the final 4 minutes of regulation time. And whatever added on time the referee will give, it's 1-1 here. Now these teams just cannot be separated. It's been all Sanwo North, but they conceded to Tyreek Sutherland. They came back into this game, and it's all to play for. You have to think that both teams, Brent, may have another chance in the time that's left.
Yeah, of course, you can see some of the faces here, particularly Trinity College East. They look very disappointed.
It was a bad goal to concede.
It's a bad one to concede. They've dealt with that all afternoon
That's
as well.
right.
They've dealt with balls into the box corners, free kicks, long throw-ins like this one here by Thomas. They've dealt with it all afternoon long, and they've done well with it.
Well,
And
they're going to
just
give away.
that
They're going to
moment,
concede. They're going to concede another corner,
fell asleep.
and they've got to deal with this one. 3 minutes of regulation time to go. Can Trinity East hold on for penalty kicks? That's Brewster. Still
Again,
not really headed
go
away.
anywhere. Tell you what,
It's going to be a goal kick.
his body's flying everywhere. Full commitment by both teams.
It's been an absorbing type of final, hasn't it? It's been, you wouldn't say classical stuff, but tactical stuff and real, both teams battling hard to win this game.
Well, there's a lot of parity between the teams. We talked about how evenly contested competition this is, these two teams. The first fixture being won by Trinity College East, 1-0. But Sanwo North finishing higher up the table, and one would have suggested that the scales would have tilted their way, but it's been a real battle here this afternoon, led by that man there, Boyce.
Can't keep it in. Isaiah Chase just couldn't keep it in. And it's going to be a goal kick for Trinity East. We're in the final minute and a half. We'll have to wait and see just how much added on time the referee will give. We understand that there's going to be a minimum of 4 additional minutes. Trinity East looking to make another substitution. Because of course, Brent, we don't have extra time. We go straight to penalty kicks.
Have to be mindful of that fact as well. We saw a North Zone semi-final decided that way between Trinity College Mocha and East Mukarapo.
That's good tackling here.
He's got to get rid of it.
Oh, he's lost it.
That's good football.
Oh, that's
no.
a big call. That's a big call, Brent. How you see it?
No chance. Not a penalty.
Not a penalty.
Well defended.
Well, Mr. Sancho goes for the defenders again. He says not a penalty. So he agrees with the referee. He's going up the right side. He's taking that over the line. Well, we're coming up to, we're going to have a look again at that, Brent.
Well, Morris did great work to get through. He bullies his way through. That's not a penalty. Looks like he's in aquatic center there, taking a dive.
Is it the new aquatic center?
The new aquatic center. Looks like he's challenging George Bovell in the 50 meters freestyle.
Or Carter. What about the new
Probably
sensation?
Carter, yes.
Yeah.
He's challenging Carter.
Well, we have a substitution for Trinity East. Going off the field is Tyreek Sutherland. There is the Jeremiah Williams coming on for the goal scorer, Tyreek Sutherland. So confirmation of that substitution. So we are into the 4 minutes of added on time. Can Samoa North break the deadlock? Or can Trinity East shock them again with another goal? But here's Brewster. Getting it here towards Chase.
That's a good run.
This is an excellent run. Can't get it over though.
Again, indecisiveness.
Whoa, what is going on there? Oliver loses it. Brilliant defending. Absolutely brilliant by Lake. Still, the ball cannons off of Lake. That's twice now.
There goes Ransom. He's going to be tough to stop.
Yes, if he continues. Taking away some of the pressure. But what indecisiveness there between the defender and the keeper. And the shot was going goalwards and it was defended by Daniel Lake.
Well, it was the recipe for the first goal against. And they seem to have conjured up the same recipe again, that indecisiveness in front of goal. So number one rule of thumb, Colin, do not wait on the goalkeeper to call clear your lines as a defender. Don't ever wait. Well, seems like to be a problem in the technical area of Trinity College East. There's a lot of frustration there, and rightfully so, because they had every chance to sneak away with this one. And just that moment of madness causes them the lead.
That's a difficult ball. Mitchell is not going to get there. So we've got a minute and a half left. It appears, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to be going to penalty kicks. If we do go to penalty kicks, Brent, it's going to be very interesting because Emmanuel John is going to come up against some of the Trinity players that he knows well who've taken penalties obviously against him. But let's see, it's not over yet. Morris gets it over to Chase. Sends it over. Oh! He's headed it over. The skipper, Ronaldo Boyce, has headed it over the bar. He should have hit the target. There he is, Captain Boyce, going for the header, didn't keep it down.
Well,
so we're just awaiting the referee's whistle, which should come any minute now. Just about a couple seconds left. This could very well be the last attack.
He's got to clear his lines.
Well, they've got a corner, and this is the last chance that Samoa North will have to put the ball into the back of the net.
Everyone's getting in the box.
Well, they may as well.
It's very tense here.
Here is Brewster with the corner. That's a good one. Cleared away. Referee still plays on. Chase sends it in field. Chase.
That's crazy.
Well, I think he just got overexcited. There is the whistle to indicate the end of the game, and it has ended. 1 goal apiece. Sutherland, the scorer for Trinity's, and Mitchell getting the equalizer for Samoa North. We are going to penalty kicks, folks. to decide the winners of the Coca-Cola East Zone Intercall Final. Some of the Samoa players, you can see the Trinity East players now look a little dejected, whereas the Samoa North players, they have a smile of the place. They know they got out of jail, Brent.
Yeah, they got off of jail, and that's courtesy of Trinity College East and their indecisiveness. Of course, anytime there's penalty kicks, you can feel the tension here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. But Trinity College East only have themselves to blame, Colin. They were well over the line here. They were 1-0 up. They were defending well. They faced several balls into the box, and one of those eventually undone them, and it was down to their undoing because they were so indecisive in clearing the football. And now they face, of course, their former comrade in Emmanuel John in goal in a penalty kick that will decide the winners of the East Zone title. San Juan North, of course, played their part throughout this 90 minutes plus. They took the game to Trinity College East, and as we said during the halftime period, Colin, San Juan Northeast is a tough team to play against, and one of the favorites to win the Coca-Cola Intercol.
They are one of the favorites, but it's down now to penalty kicks after the 90 minutes of regulation time. It's going to be interesting because you have a team coming up against a goalkeeper that they know very, very well, and the goalkeeper, of course, knows the players exceptionally well. Here is the stats. There were 15 goal attempts there by Samoa to 6 by Trinity's, and it just gives you an idea of the dominance of Samoa North. Then, of course, the shots on target 9-3. Keeper saves 6 by Samoa, by the Trinity East keeper, 3 by Samoa. And then look at the corners, 14 corners to 1. 2 offsides. There were 14 fouls committed by North as opposed 5 to East. 1 yellow card apiece. But the stats there showing you total domination of Samoa North, except, of course, right to the top, 1 goal all.
That's the most important stat there is, because at the end of the day, San Juan North, despite all their possession and dominance in this one, they've only scored 1 goal, and they only have themselves to blame. Countless balls into the box, bombarded the goal area, but now they've left it down to the dreaded penalty spot kicks, Colin. Not something I liked as a player, that's for sure. I had a couple misses in my time.
And the more you go into it, Brent, when you start to get to kick number 3, kick number 4, the more pressure on the players.
Well, I was able to see, of course, the East Mokorapo Trinity College Mocha North Zone semi-finals, which went to penalty kicks. Trinity College Mocha won that by 5-4. And there were some exceptional penalties by Trinity College Mocha. So you would have to suggest that these teams will have to practice coming into it.
I would think so.
But there's nothing like kicking here in front of a couple thousand people, persons. Right. And that's where the pressure is on. So only 12 yards away from the goal to pass the ball into the goalpost. But we've seen some top players worldwide miss in pressure situations. Remember Roberto Baggio in the 1994 World Cup?
That's right.
So it's not an easy task. It's 12 yards, but it's very difficult. A lot of pressure.
Well, it appears that Trinity East is going to kick first. So it is...
Well, you have to suggest, Colin, that the first penalty kick, it's a very, very important one for either team.
It's going to be Curdell Sween is going to kick the first penalty. So Curdell Sween is going to come up.
20 player.
Yep, he's going to come up against Emmanuel John. Kick number 1. In the back of the net.
That's a good penalty.
Excellent penalty. So 1 to Trinity East.
Well, Colin, we've spoken a lot about both goalkeepers. I'm very sure that they will have a say in this. Look at this kick. Good slow run up and places it to the right, down into the corner. Textbook penalty.
Now it's going to be Ronaldo Boyce. He's going to kick the first one for San Juan North. So the skipper. Here is Boyce. Boy, that's another good penalty. That's another really good penalty. 1-1. Let's have a look at it, Brent.
It's good kick, quick run up straight down the middle, lots of power. No chance for goalkeeper Khalil Oliver.
Seems to be Javed Elcock, the next man going forward.
Well, Colin, you have to feel at some point with two talented goalkeepers on show here, they're going to have a say in this penalty shootout.
Well, here's Elcock up against John. He beats him. John went the wrong way.
I thought he went a bit too early there as well.
So 2-1 for Trinity. Let's have a look.
It's a good kick, straight down the middle. I thought goalkeeper John went a bit too early there.
So 2-1, Trinity East leading. Remember, they were leading in regulation time as well. It's Isaiah Chase kicking penalty number 2 for Samoa North. Here goes Chase. Puts it away.
Kick.
That's another good penalty.
Well, we talked a lot about the goalkeepers, but the kickers so far have been top quality. That's a good penalty by Chase.
Oliver looked a little disappointed, thinking that he felt he must have gone the wrong way. Well, he did. But as a keeper, you got to pick a side.
Well, they're two, arguably, are the more talented goalkeepers in the league. So you'd have to suggest at some point they're going to pull out something out of the bag.
Here's Daniel Lake. And he's put that away. Daniel Lake, the left back.
And it's a good penalty. Look at this, Colin, as cool as you like. How confident are you, son? Tucks it into the back of the old onion bag.
So coming forward for Samoa North now, it's Kareem John. Now that's very strange. The left back for Trinity East, now the left back for Samoa North.
Well, he's going to hope he has the same success as his
counterpart from Trinity
East.
So here comes Kareem John. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Seen some really good kicks here this afternoon. These players are putting us into a treat. That is as cool as you like. Look at that. Stroking it into the back of the net.
3-3.
As easy as you like.
3-3 and counting. Let's see the man who's going forward now to kick. Emmanuel John doing a little bit of psychological warfare, handing him the ball. But it's Stefan Hoyt.
It's a lot of pressure on these youngsters.
Here goes Stefan Hoyt. Oh, he's hit the ball!
There we go.
He's hit the ball! Stefan Hoyt. He's missed.
Well, just leans back a little bit too much. It's good power in it. But the fact that he's leaned back and placed it, Colin, off the crossbar, is that the straw that breaks Trinity College East back?
Well, it's Malik Faria.
He has to score.
Can he make it 4-3? Here is Faria. Yes, he puts it in the back of the net.
Right.
So, 4-3. Trinity East, they have got to score this one.
Some top penalties by these players on both teams. They need this one.
They certainly need this one. They have to score. If they don't, that's it.
Well, who else but Action Jackson, the captain?
Well, he's taking the responsibility. Randy Jackson, the skipper. He's got to score. Here he goes. Yes, he puts it in the back of the net.
That's a top penalty there. As cool as you like.
So it's 4-4 and Samoa North they've got the final kick.
Well, this is what the drama of knockout competition is all about. And if ever Trinity College needs Khalil Oliver, it is now, Colin. He has to save this penalty kick by Morris.
And
if Trinity College needs to have any opportunity.
Life is funny because Jerry Morris had the referee and the assistant referee seen what he done, he would have been off the field. But here's Morris, and he puts it in the back of the net.
He does it.
So, Naughty Morris has won it for Sawa North. And Sawa North have cupped the East Zone title for the third year running.
Well, the champions have prevailed. And of course, you cannot say that they did not deserve this. Led by man of the match, Boyce. Captain Boyce, man of the match. But the minute and the hour and the second came down to that man, Javon Morris, puts it into the back of the net. Trinity College looks despondent, disbelief, and in tears as their title aspirations has just been dashed away by the three-time champions of San Juan North Secondary School, who now head to the national semi-finals. There's our man of the match, Boyce, leading in celebration. Good team game by both sets, but Colin, as I said, San Juan North, the deserved winner.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. They dominated the first 90 minutes. They went behind against the run of the play. But in all, you've got to think overall they deserved it. Their penalty kicking was also very good. And let's go down to hands. Yeah, so I was saying, Brent, on the whole, you looked at the penalty kicks, you look at everything, they certainly deserve the victory. And
definitely so. We talked about San Juan North's ability in this competition. You have to suggest that they are one of the favorites. You have to suggest that they can go on to win this.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Real excitement here because San Juan North, they've just won the East Zone title. They are the East Zone Intercol champions. Let's take a break.
We come out to play mass, and we afraid powder. Say we come out to play mass, and we afraid powder. Tell them that we come out to play mass, and we afraid powder. Tell them that we come out to play mass, and we afraid. Everybody get it.
We are here at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. The full moon is in the sky, and it's a mixture of tears and cries as Sawan North Secondary has just won the East Zone Intercall title. Came down to penalties. Akil, how does it feel now?
Well, it's a hard defeat to take in. Unfortunately, Sawa came away with it on penalties. All I can say really is congratulations to them.
Congratulations. Definitely, Tiara. It came down to penalties, nervous moments, and this is the third time in a row you'll have the East Intercall title.
I'm so overwhelmed right now. I don't even know what to say. It was unfortunately that Trinity didn't win and we won, and it feels great to be the winners again.
Definitely some great moments. You can actually hear Sawan North Secondary celebrating in the back right now. Let's go upstairs for some of the match highlights with Brenton Collin.
Sawan North again in them dominating from there was Boyce with that shot. Defenders all around him, but he was still able to get in the shot. Then the long throw, a number of long throws this afternoon coming from Kyle Thomas, and the shot in the end not very powerful, and Oliver was able to hold on to it.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a pretty football game, good build-up play, etc. But what Sanborn North did is from the offset, they put, of course, Trinity College under a host of pressure. But that man there, number 10, Wiley, for Trinity College East, was no end of a threat for the Sanborn North Secondary School. But Sanborn North dominated this game. The stats suggest that in terms of corners and shots on goals, and they're the ones who should have gone away with the title. But then came this moment of madness. Deflects off of Thomas, Sutherland the goal scorer, and you thought that was it. And then a moment there where you thought a penalty kick could have been given. Sanborn North pressed on, and that indecisiveness, ball into the back of the hole, Onion. And Sanborn North.
Mitchell put it away. But still another chance there for Sawo and Oliver. He was so very good. This was Morris going down there, but of course, no penalty. Certain he looked to dive, and then Chase in the final minute. Boyce coming in to meet that header, didn't control it. And then we went into penalty kicks, man, and Hoyt
misses it, hit the
man
post.
to miss it.
And then Morris, with the winner, sends them through to the national semi-finals for the winner between Speyside and Signal Hill Senior.
Which should be very interesting. So that is the match highlights. Let's go back down to Hans with the man of the match.
Lots of smiles here with the man of the match, Ronaldo Boyce. You led by example in terms of your penalty, taking the penalty. This is your third time winning the East Intercall title. How does it feel?
Well, it feels amazing. It feels really, really amazing. Knowing the hard work I put out in training, especially in school with the schoolwork and balancing the two, It feels great. It feels real great.
Now, let me know, do you think you could go all the way this year?
Yes, we can do it. We have a very strong team, a very strong coach, and our mindset is on par, so we can do it.
A repeat of 2016 in the making.
Yeah, correct is right.
Congratulations again, Ronaldo Boyce, and we hope to see you along the way. All right, we want to welcome Coach Grayson. Now, Coach Grayson, not the results you would have wanted. They came back from behind, but nevertheless, the team, excellent this year.
Well, we finished very strongly. We finished middle or just below middle of the table in the league, and we knew we needed to do something with this intercall because we were better than we are better than we are. That's the bottom thing. We are better. Bottom line, we are better than we are.
All right.
And we didn't win, but I guess we could be satisfied.
How do you prepare for next year?
Well, we are trying to get the fellas out earlier,
Yeah.
but there's something called the Youth Pro League that everybody seems to love. And they go there first, and then when we really need to do the groundwork, but we're still working on it. We want to get them out earlier.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking with us, Coach Grayson. And the winning coach, the three-peat, Coach Jerry Moe. All smiles.
Yeah, man. All praise be to God, you know. I mean, may God help you could achieve anything, and without it, you could achieve nothing, you know. This is a special one because to win it 3 times in a row is not easy, you know.
Yeah.
For these boys here who've been here for the last 3 years, they're really trying to build a dynasty, and hopefully going forward we'll be able to maintain it.
All right, well, speaking of going forward, how do you prepare for the winner of Tobago and potentially who you all will have to face in the finals?
We prepare the same way, you know. When we know the opponent, do specific preparation. Besides that, we do general preparation.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Jerry Mann. Congratulations once again on winning the East Zone title, the Coca-Cola Intercol East Zone title. We get ready for the presentation of the trophy. We have the boys and we also have the president here with us. As the boys come across, we are about to present them. President Michael Wallace here with us, presenting the trophy to the boys of Sawa North Secondary School on them winning the Coca-Cola Intercol East Zone title. All right. So here's their chance. There you go. The winners of the Coca-Cola East Zone Intercol title, Sawa North Secondary School, being presented with their trophy by President of the Secondary Schools Football League, Michael Wallace. You want to pull forward the man, Captain Ronaldo Boyce, for this presentation of this trophy that you are going to be holding for the third time in a row. We are here, Larry Gomes Stadium, the final result of the Coca-Cola East Zone Intercol final. Sawa North Secondary School able to walk away with the title for the third time in a row. Till next time, my name is Hans Devines. This is where we wrap up today's broadcast. Tomorrow, we bring you the North Zone finals. But before we leave, here is a little bit of the high points of today's matchup.
Need to do your civic duty. What?